Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is OmniBadu and I am back with another one. Yay! Keep in mind that these are general collective readings and I don't read for any one specific sign on this channel. If this is your story, your business, if this resonates, be honest with yourself. Plug yourself into the reading where you deserve to be. Smack it up, flip it, rub it down, hit the reverse on it. Do whatever you have to do, but don't force it. Only take what resonates with you, your life, your story, and leave the rest behind. If this is your story, your business, if this resonates, give it a thumbs up, like it if you like it, and subscribe if you likes my vibe. Welcome, hey, if you're new, and welcome back if you have been here before. Hey, oh my God, y'all, I'm getting sick, god dang. I'm so irritated, I'm so upset. Not really, because I'm trying to catch it before it just turn into a full-blown situation, because but I'm like really in the very, very beginning stages. My nose is trying to clog up a little bit, but we ain't accepting that. We ain't gonna let that go down, not up in here. And really it's because of my nasty little babies. You know, they picking up cooties from the school, bringing them home. I'm like, hey, you coughing and shit, you need to be in quarantine. Get your ass back in that room and I don't want to see you again. I'll bring you your dinner. And they be laughing and stuff because I'm in there with mittens on and masks, everything. They be cracking up a coat, like, don't touch me, don't breathe on me, don't even look over here. And I knew this shit was gonna come out today. Holy shit. When I was sitting on the couch and I was like, I'm gonna do the reading, I was like, I kept channeling mother wounds. Gosh, no, it's crazy. What I saw this card like in my mind's eye, but it literally said mother issues. And I haven't used this deck in so long that I was thinking it was gonna say mother issues. I thought the card that was gonna come out was gonna say mother issues, but it's mother wounds. But I think the reason, like I was channeling basically, like there's a masculine, the energy was weird. It's like, this may be somebody who's new or newer. Maybe you guys have only been dealing with each other for a year or 6 months, or maybe even like 3 months, you know, maybe a year and a half, 2 years. I don't know, but fairly new, right? I'd say anywhere from 2 years on under, maybe even 3. But I feel like by year 3, you should really know each other, you know, but in those first 2 years, people could still be wearing masks or whatever. So I feel like y'all are in the beginning stages of something with somebody, and I think you like this person, and I think this person likes you, but this person may seem a bit chauvinistic or misogynistic, one of the two, something like that. One is just somebody who doesn't respect women, and the other is somebody who literally hates women. I think like a misogynist is somebody who just hates women, and like a chauvinist is somebody who just feels like women are dumb and they don't have any type of like sense, and they can't come up with any good ideas, and they're just fucking slow, and they're not good for anything because of how dumb that we are. You know what I'm saying? So both bad, but you know, that person doesn't hate women. They just look down and pity us because we're retarded, you know, like in their mind. And then the other one like thinks all those same things on top of the fact that they hate us for it. They're like, you're so dumb, you're so useless, you're so nothing that I hate your ass. Like, why are you even fucking here? Oh wait, so I can have something to release in. You know, that's all you good for, right? Don't talk back to me, don't have no conversation with me, you know, type energy. So I feel like this person has had like a really negative, obviously, viewpoint of women. This could stem from their mom. Their mom could have been trifling growing up, you know, or their mom could be trifling now. She may not have a lot. She may not do a lot to advance herself in life, you know, type energy. Like she could be lazy, or maybe mom doesn't work at all and she's living off of like the government, you know, or something like that. But this person, what I'm getting, like, it's weird because they may look down on and have no respect for their mom, right? Obviously, because they have mother issues, mother wounds. So they don't respect mom, but they may love mom. But like their lack of respect and the way that they see and view their mom as like trifling or irresponsible or immature or not focused on the right things, whatever they think about their mom, they have like projected that onto women in general. Every woman is their mom in their mind, you know, up until this point. But I feel like you are different. You don't act like what they're used to. And I feel like up until this point, they have attracted in the same type of energies, the same type of women who may mirror and reflect their mom. Partially because it's always on their mind and it's what they don't want. And so they're low-key manifesting it because they're always like literally thinking about it, which is low-key calling it in. So they may always find women who are literally just like their mom, even though they hate their mom, but they love their mom, right? Like, it's crazy. They have no respect for this woman. They'll do anything for her, but whenever they have to do something for her, they hate it because they're like, why the fuck aren't you, you know, on your feet? Like, why aren't you doing more, right? Now, personality-wise, this person's mother could be like lazy or whatever it is, right? But this could be due to the mom being like narcissistic, feeling entitled, feeling like she deserves some shit, you know, feeling like people are supposed to take care of her or provide for her or work and give her money and things like that. Oh, because I had you, you know, you're my son, you know, I took care of you all your life, you know, now it's your turn type shit. Like, what? Excuse me? You did that because you brought me in this world. I don't owe you shit, right? You know, I have to pay you back for that, bitch. You didn't do me no favors, respectfully, right? So this could be somebody, their mom could be like that, and the entitlement and the narcissism and the, you know, it's all about me. Well, this person may jump through hoops for the mama. Jump through hoops. If mama need them to be there, they there. If mama needs some money, they giving mama some money. If mama need them to come over, you know, to the house real quick, impromptu, completely unexpected, completely fucking up and throwing off the plans that they already have for their day, oh, well, they're going, right? But on the same token, I feel like they treat everybody else how their mom treats them, right? So everybody, how they're only there to serve mom, everybody else is only there to serve them. They don't feel important to their mom, so they're going to make sure they put their own ass on a pedestal and make sure that they feel important in every other situation, connection, everybody at work. This person could come off as very arrogant or, you know, kind of a know-it-all, something like that. Or if they may, in their friend circle or when they're around all the guys, like they may be the know-it-all, kind of the dickhead of the group because they're like having their ass all on their shoulders and shit. And this is all due to them feeling less than, feeling unimportant, feeling unloved, feeling beneath their mother. So they want to feel important, feel loved, feel admired, feel this, feel that. And instead of allowing it to happen generically or like organically, they force it with this entitlement and this air of like ego and arrogance and all this type of, but that's really a front, right? That's a front, that's a mask, that's a facade that this person is wearing. Because really they're hurt, really they're insecure, really they're like, ow, my heart, wow, mama, please love me, you know. And mama's like, nah, do you got some money, you know? So this person has mother wounds. They hate women because of their mother. They act just like their mom, but they don't see it because they hate their mom, right? So they're not looking at themselves as a direct reflection of who she is because this person raised them. So of course they act like this bitch, right? But that's not how they see it. They may, you know, feel like they're nothing. I'm nothing like my mom because I got my shit together, or I'm on my feet, or I got money, or I drive this kind of car. But yeah, it's your personality that acts just like your mom, right? Now, some of y'all, this could be your husband. Y'all could be married to this person. Y'all could live together. Things could be shaky, you know, a little ratchet, a little rocky up in there, you know, just due to this person being egotistical and arrogant and pretty much an asshole, like very much an asshole. And the fact that they act just like their mom, which you might not like their mom. You might feel like their mom is crazy. You might feel like their mom needs some therapy, some pills, some medicine, you know. You may feel like she need to be cut the fuck off because she ain't shit, you know, but a burden, right? Regardless, I don't know. They act just like her, right? And so they're nasty towards you, or an asshole towards you, or egotistical or arrogant, or they may always be trying to put you down. I feel like that's for those of you, if you're with this person and you're married and you've known them for years and years and years or decades, this person could have always been arrogant, egotistical, and an asshole. And they may actually get on your fucking nerves. And you may even question yourself sometimes, or daily, why am I still with this person? At this point, you're still there because you're comfortable, right? Don't ship, I'm just the messenger, okay? But you are just there because you're comfortable. You're there because it's like it has developed and transformed and evolved into a trauma bond. Now you're kind of accustomed to and used to the verbal or the mental or emotional abuse or whatever this person could talk down to you, or, you know, whatever, right? And you're just there. You're just like, whatever, that's just how he is. Girl, get the fuck out of Dodge. That ain't normal. That's not normal, and that's not how somebody who loves you would treat you, right? And that's for a long term, right? Because I feel like you're incomparable. We have no one compares. No matter how many people I've met and experiences I have, there's no one who compares to you. So you guys have been married for 10, 12, 15 years, 6, 7, 8 years, whatever, right? And you're like, well, if he hate me so much, why he won't just go the fuck on? Or maybe you have tried to leave and he tried to clean his act up. The ego, the arrogance, the ignorance, the facade, the charade, okay, that this person is, that's due to their own personal insecurities. Even the fact that they feel like they hate you, not you in particular, but you because you're a woman, that also stems from their childhood wounds of whatever is going on with their mom, right? So you're dealing with it. You're having to, you know, having to take them body blows because you love this person, or because you want to, or because you're used to it, or because you're expecting them to change. They're not going to change on their own. They don't even see themselves the way that you see them. It says only you can see through me. So this person doesn't even see themselves how the rest of the world sees them. They wouldn't even believe, they can't even fathom, okay, that you or anybody else sees them as a pompous, arrogant asshole, right? But that's just, I feel like that's what it is. Like, I feel like for those of you who have been in it for a while, you may wonder, you may question yourself, you may ask, like, why am I even here? It's because you care and you love this person and you are used to it. Being used to mistreatment is a trauma bond, right? Something bonded you guys in the past. Y'all had, you know, an equal resentment towards your parent. It could have been mom for him, dad for you, or whatever, right? Or you guys had like a similar upbringing with an overbearing, controlling mother, something like that, right? Which brought y'all together, made y'all feel connected and familiar with each other, and then you bonded over that. But you're healing, or you've healed from your childhood wounds, and this masculine hasn't, and now y'all are stuck together because of the trauma bond, right? And the fact that you don't want to just leave this person hanging. Maybe you can see that this person is hurting, right? So you're like, I just don't want to dip out on him and leave him hanging or whatever because he has a couple of issues from his past. But I don't know. I feel like that may be, you know, maybe a conversation needs to be had. Like, maybe you could try to get this person to go to some sort of counseling or therapy, but I'm also feeling like you maybe have tried that in the past and it didn't really work because this person isn't honest in therapy, or this person did not take heed. They felt like the therapist was taking your side, or the therapist wasn't being fair to them, because this may also be someone who victimizes themselves constantly due to their narcissism. It's all about me. I always have to be right. No one can correct me on my, you know, wrong behaviors, and I'm not taking any accountability, right? So therapy may have been something that y'all have tried numerous times, and it's just continuing not to work. So I do kind of feel like if you're married to somebody like this, and this is sounding and feeling like your life, you're going to have to make a decision on what you want to do for yourself, because trying to include this person in your choice and your decision is going to, you know, continue to lead you in the wrong direction. low key, because you're trying to make a decision for you and this person, and your life is not attached to this person's. Y'all are married, y'all live together, but your life is still your life, and this person's life is still their life, right? So you have to like take a step back and remove this person from your thought process, and really like take the time to see what's going to work for you, what's going to make you happy. Is this really what you want to do for the rest of your life every single day or not, right? Now, back to, those of you guys who are kind of new in this situation, I feel like this person what it feels to me is like this person, they're everything that I was describing for the married person, right? For the married, feminine energy that may be resonating with this. So if this person is all of this, that's almost like what they can or will become if you continue down this path with this person. Not saying that this is a bad person or you gotta hate this person for the rest of your life or cut them off for the rest of your life, but I do feel like continue to go down a path of falling in love and trying to move forward and move in together. Y'all could be discussing getting married or moving in together or some big next step, maybe even a baby or something. Yeah, hold off on that, because this person isn't ready. This person is still very much traumatized by their upbringing, and they could be in their 30s, 40s, 50s, but they haven't unpacked that shit, right? Like they haven't even they haven't even looked over at it to say, wow, I really do not like my mother. Like they may know that they got a little issue with their mom, or they may know they don't really always answer the phone when she calls or something like that, but they haven't actually looked at the fact that like they don't have an ounce of respect for this person, and they haven't looked at the whole situation. Why do I feel the way that I feel about this person? Why am I projecting those feelings onto other women, onto every woman that I meet? This is somebody who doesn't realize that they're doing this. They don't see that they do it. And you guys are in the beginning stages of whatever y'all have going on. So it's like you've noticed, you've seen it. You're intuitive or whatever it is, right? You tapped in. So only you can see through me. You may have even expressed it to this person, even though you guys are in the beginning stages of dating within the first year. You may have still been like, you seem like you have some issues with like the female species, like you may have expressed it, or you may have just expressed in general that just something about the situation isn't hitting for you. It's feeling a little red flaggy in this motherfucker. Like you said something to let this person know what it is and what it isn't, or you're getting ready to, you're trying to decide like, do I need to let them know? Because you may be really liking this person and you can tell that they really like you too. Now, there could have been a period where you guys were bumping heads due to this person's chauvinistic energy, right? And the fact that you ain't gonna be fucking treating or talking to me like that. You feel me? Like, you know what? Don't ever call me again. We're good here. Like, no, I'm good. Thanks for all the shit, but we all right. But this person may have continued to adjust, because this could be something that they're not used to and they've never had to deal with. They say jump, bitches are like, how high? Oh, this person got a bag. Oh, this person's doing this. Oh, this person's doing that. Fuck all of that. You ain't finna be talking to me or treating me like that, period. Don't give a fuck what you got. Don't give a fuck how fine you are. Don't give a fuck how tall. Yep, you all the things. Watch your fucking mouth, right? So, yeah, and this could be something like this person could be like, whoa, this bitch is crazy, right? But now y'all have made it to where y'all are because you're like, yeah, I don't know, you done slipped and busted your shit. Like, you know what, let's just put a pin in this and maybe revisit it, I don't know, 6 years from now. And this person was like, no. So maybe a couple of days or a week would go by and this person has adjusted, right? They done switched up their tone. Okay, don't talk to her like this. Don't do this. Don't do that. Do this. Do that, right? It's training. It is. But that's how it goes in the beginning. What you allow a motherfucker to do to you and towards you and all that types of shit in the beginning will stick. And it'll probably get worse because you never said nothing about it in the beginning. You just let it ride. You just kept calling. You just kept letting them smash. and you never corrected the behavior, it's like a fucking dog or a child. When that dog piss all over the floor, do you bust it in the head? No, I'm just, I'm just playing. Or spray it with water, smack his ass, put it outside, put it in the kennel, whatever people do, everybody do a little bit of everything. Regardless, you reprimand the dog, because the dog needs to know, don't you motherfucking piss in this house again. We don't do that up in here, right? Or if it's a child and the child goes to do some dumb shit, or the baby tries to go walk out in the street and it's fucking cars, you don't just be like, all right, by the end, you should have known better. You go and chase the baby down, and you, no, never go in the street. You see that car, pow, hit, die, dead, unalive. You know, you do what you need to do to correct the behavior so they can get on the right path. But people get with a man or a woman and they forget that you got to teach people how to treat you. Or you do nothing and you just accept whatever they throw at you, and then you can't get mad later when he's still cheating. Bitch, he was cheating when y'all met. He was fucking 9 bitches when you met him and you didn't say nothing. He dropped a couple of them and you was cool. You was like, okay, now it's just me and Angela. And you was cool. Now he keeping another bitch on. He keeping a third party. But you cool with that, because Angela was there when we first met. What's the problem? Right? You was like, oh, I thought when Angela was gone, it was just gonna be me and you. Now, who in the fuck told you that? Why would you think some shit like that, right? So you got to train people. It sounds fucked up, but that's just the only word I can think for it, you know? So yeah, you may have got this person. Y'all are still dealing with each other because this person got on board. Because if they didn't get on board, they would have had to get the fuck on before they get spit on. Like, that's just what it is, okay? You don't want to do shit how I like shit to be done, and I'm going to adjust for you. If you don't like that, let me know. I won't do it again, right? Close mouth, don't get fed. If you don't say shit, then I'm not going to think nothing I'm doing is wrong, and I'm not going to change, right? Same goes for this side. So yeah, express yourself to me, I'm expressing myself to you, and we're going to see how we can do this thing. If we can even do this thing, right? So yeah, y'all done got to the point where no one compares, because this person is like, damn, this is wild. I ain't never had one like this. I've never experienced this. I ain't never had nobody tell me I can't do that. I can't talk to them, you know? So I feel like it's like a little bit of an infatuation. It's a little bit of a mystery. It's like, what are you? You know? An empress, a divine feminine, and not to be fucked with, right? So yeah, it's really, I feel like fascinating. You're fascinating to this person, who you are as a person, but also the fact that you can read them the way that you can, because maybe you've read this person on multiple occasions. No cards, right? You could have just known what you needed to know in that moment. You know, if you know, you know. Like, I don't have time to be going all the way into it or whatever, but yeah, if you know, you know. If you can read people, you can read people, you know. And so you may have read this person a time or two, and you may have even told this person some shit that you knew how it was gonna go down, right? I tell everyone, I know shit, I be knowing it, and I tell people when I know, not so I can have any validation, but so that there's no surprise when shit go down the way that it's gonna go down. And then it's still always a shock and a surprise when it goes down, right? Like, every time, it's usually a guy or like a friend, a homegirl or something. I tried to tell a homegirl some shit once. She's like, bitch, try to act like I was hating. Girl, not on your dirty dick man. Like, no. Hating for what? He's fucking everybody in town, and you gonna find out sooner or later, right? End up telling her all kinds of different tea and how shit was gonna play out, and boom, bam, bow. It's exactly how the fuck it played. Bitch tried to be like, hello? Girl, why did just how you said it? It's exactly, yeah, I know, but when that happens, yeah, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to be your friend anymore. You're dumb, right? Because you seen the shit start to play out how I said it was going to play out halfway through, and your motherfucking ass still stayed there and played it all the way to the end until you were in dismay and in a tower and all beside yourself, and then lost pieces of your mind. And I had to watch this shit go down when we both knew it was going to go down like this 7 months ago. The fuck is going, what? Right? So, no, I don't want to talk to your dumb ass again, because this shit is going to happen to you again. And I'm gonna have to be like, this is not your person. I know you think you're in love after 3 weeks, but this ain't it. You know? And yeah, no, you're getting cut off. So I know one day we will find our way back to each other. What? Yeah. I don't know why I was just telling that story, but I will say that y'all might, because it's like you done trained this person up, right? But even though you done train them up, you might still be like, this just ain't right. You know, like, because of how I was just talking about the married person, somebody is married to, somebody's in the same situation, but they're the spouse. And they be like, they're like hating their life low key. Like when they're not around the spouse, they have fun, they enjoy themselves, but it's always that dread of, fuck, I gotta go home and be around this moping ass miserable motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So that could be your life, right? And that's no shade to y'all where you're like, damn, that is my life. I'm trying to save some other people from letting that become their reality, because I feel like although this person is like, no one compares to you, and they see how you're reading them and you can see through them, and you may have even warned this person about things that of course they didn't take heed to. Nobody ever takes heed because you're crazy and you're weird and you think you're special and you think you're gifted and you think you're anointed and you think you're better than me, but you're not. You know, then turns out you are whole time, right? So nobody ever listens. Nobody ever takes heed. It's a waste of fucking time and space, but I do's it anyway because it's a service, right? If I get a nudge and say, tell this motherfucker this, now I'm gonna tell him. If you don't take heed to what I said, that is no longer my fucking problem. I did what the fuck I was supposed to do. You ain't doing what you're supposed to do, which is not going to affect me in the slightest, right? So, this person's like overly masculine. They may even be homophobic or something like that, and not on like a, I'm so homophobic that I'm secretly gay, on like a old school mentality, like men are supposed to be wearing slacks and ladies are supposed to be wearing skirts, you know, like one of those type of people where you're just like is this 1910 or you know, like what the fuck is going on? So this person could be like just really macho, right? And I'm telling you, like, this is not, if you think your dude is on the down low, this is not your reading, because this is somebody who you could never ever, you would never mistake or think or smell or get a whiff of no gay shit off of this person. Like, toxic masculinity. Thank you, Spirit. I was like, give me something then, because okay, this person's so they're so macho and so manly and so masculine that it's toxic. So this is somebody who's like a literal classic toxic masculine energy type person. And again, you can see all of this. You could see like, okay, really you're wounded, so you're overcompensating and being overly fucking masculine, right? So with not the right time, like this person might be trying to move over into like some I love yous. Some I love yous might have slipped out a time or two, and not always while you're fucking, right? Because that's when you be like, whatever. But yeah, when they're like walking out the door, or they're leaving your place or leaving the room or leaving their place, and they like, all right then, love you. Like, wait, no, you know, and they trying to take it back. Like, wait a minute, bitch, I didn't mean to say that. I don't love you. Right? But maybe it happened a few times. Maybe they drunk called you once and was like, you know, I love you, all on the phone, and you're like, yeah. But you might not be giving a fuck about none of that. Like, say it, but actions speaketh louder than words, okay? You say whatever the fuck you want. But I feel like it keeps slipping out because this person is starting to fall in love with you. But you know and can feel that something is not right. You feel the chauvinism, you feel the mother wounds, you feel the trauma. You may even feel like that I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it like this. Gosh, but there's no other way to say it. Like, you may like sometimes I'm trying to figure out how to say this right, y'all. I'm so sorry. Because sometimes, like, you can have, I don't know if it's a trauma bond or if it's sex based, right? You and this person might have some bomb ass, intense, mouth watering, ooey gooey, dripping all over the place, splash, splash, drip, drip type sex, right? Where you're just like, wow, you know, like fucking drooling off the side of your mouth, fucking eyes in the swirly days, you know, where you're just like, whoa. And this person is too, where y'all just like, damn, did that just happen? Like, what? But every time, y'all are like, damn it, this just keeps getting better and better, right? Which is toxic, because you already like, I don't really like you like that. You kind of get on my nerves, but that thing is thanging, right? And they may even feel like, we know that this person is kind of chauvinistic, so they don't really like any woman like that. You know, it's just only when that thing is thanging. So you may feel like this is moving into the trauma bond waters, right? This is moving because it's already toxic. Because this person already kind of get on your nerves, but you kind of like them. Like, you like them a lot, but you like them a little bit too. You don't love them, but you can tell they're starting to fall in love with you. You don't know what to do with it. You know, you like, do I get out of here now, or do I stay in this a little bit longer? You know, do I let it teeter off? But it ain't teetering. You know, it ain't teetering how I thought it was going to teeter. You know, you thought it was going to kind of fade away after a few months. You know, maybe a good, like, no, it seems to be getting more intense, right? So you're kind of, you may be feeling like you're at a crossroads if you're just simply smashing with this person and y'all are like dating, right? And this, it could be like exclusive but not exclusive. Y'all are exclusive, y'all are dating, y'all talk to each other on the phone every single day, throughout the day, multiple times a day. You know, y'all are only exclusively sleeping with each other, but y'all, there's no title, which we call situationships most of the time. But yeah, it's like, you know, and it could just be that this person never really tried to throw a title on this thing, and you never pressed for a title or asked for it because you don't even really know what you want to do with this person yet, right? Because we have not the right time. I am overwhelmed with responsibilities. I don't have the time or energy for a relationship, which very much could be how you feel. You know, you're out here trying to build your life up so you could be that entrepreneur you always wanted to be, so you could be the best mom you always wanted to be, so you could finish college, so you can move up in the company, so you can, you know, get that brick and mortar, so you can start that food truck, so you can start your channel, whatever it is. Like, you may have, and you could be doing multiple things, you know, taking care of family members, and you could be doing multiple different things. And then on top of that, you have to juggle this person who's not very easy to juggle because of their issues that they come with. So you may be feeling like, you know, you may have wanted it to teeter off, or you may still be kind of waiting on it to teeter off. Like, you know, just waiting, like, one day this person's not going to text me good morning, you know, because, you know, all the time you've known them, maybe they always hit you up first. Maybe they always text you. Maybe they always call you. And you like, one day, you may even be preparing for it. Like, one day this motherfucker ain't going to text me or call me, and I'm going to have to eat that shit, keep it pushing, because I don't even really know if I want to be here anyway. But it's, so, thus far, it hasn't happened. Thus far, this person is consistently texting you good morning every morning, right? Yeah. So some of y'all are putting it out in the air towards this person, like, hey, look, listen, you know, we can't be together. You know, if they're like, oh, let's put a title on it, they may be trying to put a title or move in together or whatever, right? And you might be like, no, because it's not the right time. You have too many responsibilities. You don't want to put the whole entire weight of a real life titled relationship in your life, right? Because it may end up taking precedence and taking up too much energy, time, space, you know, and taking your attention and your focus off things that you want it to be on. And plus, you may feel like, so if you're already putting that out there towards this person, they're not even stressed or concerned or worried about it with I know one day we will find our way back to each other. They feel like even if you're trying to cut them off or move on, like, you're going to come back to them, or if they come back to you, you're going to allow them back. And maybe this person, maybe y'all have gone on a little break where, You know, y'all was like, you know what, let's just take a break. We're not done with each other forever. We don't hate each other. We're not mad at each other. You know, let's just take a little break, right? Maybe you're trying to keep some clarity, keep a clear head, keep your feet on the ground, you know, and maybe it didn't last, right? I might have not seen or spoke to each other for a couple of days or like a week and a half, you know, where maybe I was like, let's just take a little 3-month break. Yeah, but like 2 weeks later, this person was like, miss you, you know, and you were like, damn, I miss him too. And then it was on like sing song, right? So because of that possibly happening, or that is what's about to happen, you're going to try to put this person on break, and y'all are going to go on the break, and y'all will not speak to each other for a few days, maybe a week, and you may even be like, damn, he really done with me. No, then he'll come back, and you're going to be like, oh, right? Sigh of relief, which is not good. That means you don't really want it to be over, and that this person is right to feel like, even if you try to put distance, that if they come back, you will let them come back, or vice versa. You feel like it's not the right time, I'm finna break it off with this person, but I know that we'll be back around each other at one point, because again, we have no one compares. That came out up here, right? No matter how many people I've met and experiences I've had, there's no one who compares to you, but we also have no one will ever compare to you here, right? So you may feel like you know that you're one of a kind, you know that you're very different from this person's usual type and who and what they usually call in. They may have expressed this to you. You may have expressed it to them. Like, I can tell that you're not used to dealing with a girl like me. And they were like, I'm not, you know, right? Like, what the fuck is going on here? You different. But they like it. They might not have liked it at first because they used to, you know, being fully, totally, they might have been like an emperor, but on some toxic shit, you know, not quite necessarily in the reverse, but the negative traits of the emperor, you know, maybe a little too controlling and a little too, you know, domineering or whatever. And, yeah. And I feel like they've met their match. This is like an emperor who has been dealing with queens. And they may not have been dealing with pages. They could have been dealing with some pages and some knights too. But they've been dealing with queens. They, you know, maybe even were married to a queen at one point. But you're an empress, right? And they're an emperor, you're an empress. So they have met their match. And I feel like y'all butt heads over that initially because you met yours too. And so just like you may be used to, you know, kind of being like, hey, how high? You better get to asking, you know. This person might be the same way. And yeah, neither one of y'all was like, yeah, no, don't you be talking to me like that. Don't you be talking to me like that. And yeah, it was like, what? Okay, we have gaslighting energy out here. Okay, let's put these down. But we'll get to that. Okay. Whew. So no one will ever compare to you. So y'all are both feeling very comfortable and secure that you guys are going to be together. Or if y'all are on a break, you feel like y'all are going to come back together, or the masculine does. Or you feel like you're about to put y'all on a break, or he's about to put y'all on a break. But y'all both, or one of you guys is feeling secure that y'all will be back together or whatever, right? Unclear. I don't know how I feel about this connection anymore with obsessed, right? So this could be your energy and the masculine's energy where you're not even sure how you feel about this, especially with that not the right time energy, and just you feeling like this person has some things internally and externally that they need to clear out and work through before y'all can move forward and move on and advance into something real, right? Because they could be like, you know, I don't know, y'all. This person could just, no, it's like, I feel like the obsessed energy is definitely theirs. I think I'm obsessed with you. I think about you all the time, stalk your socials, and hope I run into you when I'm out. I feel like this person may hope that they run into you while they're out, but I feel like they may know where you stay and they may come over to your house all the time. Or, you know, they may even like take long lunches so they could come and see you on lunch and like, you know, or like work from home so that they can come see you throughout the day, you know, just like want to see you all the time, but definitely be wanting to jump in that box, right? Like all the time. And they may think about you all the time, right? Just think about you obsessively, and possibly even like with a little bit of fear behind it. Because when somebody think you the shit, they think you so beautiful, and they just think you got the best cookies ever. They're so moist, they're so yummy, they're so delectable. Oh my God, that thing is gripping. Oh my God, she's squeezing it. Oh my God, you know, like when they're just like, oh my, then they don't know what the fuck to do with they self, because you just got them going just like outside of their self, where they're like, yeah, oh yeah, I've been in this. You know, I've been jumping in boxes since I was 14. And then they like grown as shit. They come across some new shit that they just are like, what? I can still be mind blown at this big age. You know, so then they get crazy, right? Dead ass. They get obsessed, they get possessive, they get to, you know, who the fuck are you talking to? They get to popping up at your house. They get to talk about, this is mine. Excuse my nose. This is my cat. This is mine. When they in it, they start marking their territory, pissing on the fucking side of the toilets and shit when they at your house, so other niggas know, right? Because now I'm gonna see it and smell it. It's gonna be gone immediately. But say you not the type of bitch to clean your shit up like that. You know, I mean, you know, no shade. Hey, there is no judgment from over here, okay? The shit I done been through, listen, okay? Dirtiness just isn't my thing. Cleanliness is next to godliness, okay? When shit is dirty, I literally will fall into a depression and start having anxiety and panic attacks and shit. It's due to my abusive childhood. I know it is. House had to be clean or we were the fucking trouble. Every day, all day, at all fucking times. I'm grown. My house has to be clean all day, every day, at all fucking times. The only difference is I don't be beating the fuck out of my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just know. Do not bring any of your things out into the main part of the house, because this is the main part of the house and your space is your space. That's where your things belong, in your space, right? And we're not finna get on into all of that. But regardless, you know, say this person, they marking their territory, right? And say they pee, get a little pee, it just kind of rolls down. You got a little pee puddle over on the side of the toilet where it be at, on the little white part down there with the little knob things. You know, and you don't see it. You just like, whatever, you know. And then somebody else come through, a homeboy of yours, or maybe a baby daddy, and then they see that piss on, and they know you didn't do it because you sit down. And then they know who peed on the side of the fucking toilet. It sounds crazy, but dudes be that territorial. They be that weird. They be that crazy, you know, and they be that locked in, right? So this person is doing shit like that, you know, to try to mark their territory. Like, you know, leaving shit at your house. Oh, you know, let me leave this over at your house, or let me do this, or, you know, let me go put on a ton of cologne in your bathroom, you know, and you may be like, what are you doing, you know? But they're trying to make sure, just in case another motherfucker come around, that they know that they were there, and you're in your head like, what the fuck are you doing? I ain't fucking with nobody but you, crazy? But they don't know that. They lie, they cheat, they do whatever, they sneak, they gaslight, they do whatever, so they don't know what the fuck you're doing, and they're trying to make sure everybody knows that you belong to them, right? So this person could be to that point where they're obsessing, they're getting possessive, they're marking their territory, they're telling you it's theirs, and all this types of shit. And you somewhere like, I don't know, like, is he the one? You know? Because you low-key know, like, he's not. He could be, you know, if he worked on himself. I don't feel like this is somebody who's like, beyond saving. I don't think anybody is beyond saving, you know, if they want to heal. Oh my gosh, no, not my nose. No, not this. Who was on here when I was telling y'all about me going to the Omni and me stealing the coasters out of the fucking hotel because it had my name on it? I sure did, man. I sure did. I am dead. My daughter told me, what is this? Girl, a memory. The fuck? Anyway, it's just over here on top of my cards. So, because I brought my cards on when I went, but didn't record no YouTube videos. I did some recording, but not that kind. I'm just so like irritated that I'm getting sick, you guys. God dang. So we have gaslighting you. I have been lying to you and gaslighting you. What? You weren't crazy. You were right. I just wasn't strong enough to admit it. I'm sorry. I hate how much I've hurt you. I'm so sorry for all the pain I've caused. You didn't deserve any of it. Ugh. So that could be for those of y'all where if you're married, because I'm not really understanding how this is like tying in, unless that this person has been gaslighting you and lying to you. But this is somebody who knew, who was like, you're lying or you're cheating, or that's why I'm getting very strongly that like this is a wife energy. Like somebody's speaking to the wife and saying that they're sorry for lying to this person and gaslighting. So maybe I don't know, like maybe this person for some of you guys is cheating. And that's just what I get, you know, like maybe they cheating and they're lying to the wife. So you could be the wife watching, or you could be this person on the side and you don't know it. Or you do know and you don't care. I don't know and I don't care. I'm just telling y'all. Like again, no judgment. With gaslighting you, yeah, it's something about this. I'm feeling real strong, like that this masculine is lying to somebody. But I low key, I feel like it's the wife. So if you're married and you're watching this and it resonates, and you know, like you and your husband are getting ready to possibly go on some sort of break, either because you initiated or he did, but y'all feel like y'all so tight, y'all connection is so intense and so unique, and that no one compares to him for you. No one compares to you for him. So y'all may feel like y'all both may know y'all are going to come back together eventually one day, right? This could be separation, could be getting ready to go down because you're getting ready to find out, or you just recently found out that this person has been lying to you and gaslighting you and cheating, and you might have been accusing them or watching them. They could have been moving different or doing something that signified, like it gave you that signaled, maybe, I don't know the word, like something that tipped you off, right? Something that tipped you off that they were cheating possibly, or at least hiding something really big. It doesn't have to be cheating. And it's like, maybe, gosh, this is just odd. Because it is feeling like possessiveness, and then Four of Pentacles is literally the first thing coming out. And I was going to say, like, weirdly enough, because take it as it resonates, smack it up, flip this bitch and rub it down, okay? Because your wife could be the masculine if you're watching this. You could be a guy, and you could be suspecting that your wife is cheating, and she could be gaslighting your ass, because she very much is. And, you know, everything I was saying about the masculine could be about your wife if you're watching. And you could be a husband who's watching. And you could feel like, why is she still with me? Why are we still living in the house together? Or he. If you're same sex, if you're opposite sex, it could be a he, it could be a she. It's the masculine energy. It's the macho. It's the person who has no feelings in the relationship. It's the one who don't see shit funny. It's the one who's always serious. You know, it's the one who pays more attention to their phone or their friends or their social media, or who's texting them than they do to you, okay? And you're like, why am I still in this? You may even feel like this person is developing an obsession for something or someone outside of y'all connection, right? And you could feel like, why are they hanging on to me the way that they are if they're obsessed with whoever they fucking with on the side, or with their job, or with whatever the secret is that they're gaslighting you over. But I feel like it's possessiveness, right? This person, they don't want you to go. They don't want whoever they're obsessed with to go. You know, they don't want you to go off and possibly find better or more happiness, or be put on a pedestal or treated better. Because then why would you, you know, take them back? How could y'all come back together? They don't know that who they're obsessed with is equally as obsessed with them. They don't know that whoever they're obsessed with is going to treat them the way you did, or put up with the shit you put up with, right? For as long as you put up with it. You know, long enough to give them time to find somebody else to obsess over, you know, and when y'all shit blow up, they can leave you for that person. They don't know if it's gonna go down like that, right? So, yeah, if you're the spouse, This person might be cheating and they could be obsessed with somebody else, and they could just literally be holding on to you as a possession, as literally more of a thing than a person, right? Something that they feel, you know, their security blanket, their seat filler, right? Yeah, because we have the moon. Oh my God. Holy shit. It's coming out. Oh, it is. There it is. Secrets, right? 3 of Swords, third party, right? 1, 2, 3. You know, somebody's in this equation that shouldn't be. So yeah, there's a masculine that's obsessing over somebody that they're very possessive over. So they're holding on to the spouse just to hold on to the spouse because, you know, that person's been there, right? They're comfortable there. That's their security blanket. Basically meaning, you know I don't have to do anything with that person. I don't have to pour into that anymore. I don't have to, they don't have to do shit. If they get caught cheating, they don't even got to take this person on a trip or buy them no car or nothing. They can just be like, girl, get over it and keep on moving. Sis is going to do what they said do because she always does and always have and always will. And so that's why they're hanging on, right? Or Broham, whoever the fuck. But yeah, they hanging on because it's like, you know, I don't have to respect this person. I don't have to put them on a pedestal. I don't have to give to this situation. It's very fucking unrequited. But whoever they're in the situation and the relationship with is content, even though they're not happy. They're heartbroken, in fact. Because they can see and sense and feel that this masculine is obsessing over somebody else. And they're gaslighting. When they're like, who was you on the phone with? Dead ass. You know, this person's like, what? I wasn't on the phone. That was the TV. Like, no, you was in the bathroom. TV, ain't no TV in the bathroom. Oh, when I was in the bathroom, yeah, I was on YouTube. Right? Now the spouse is like, nah, motherfucker, I ain't crazy, right? I am not crazy. I know what I heard. You were in there talking on the fucking phone. You were laughing. You were talking in a low tone of voice. Who the fuck were you talking to? You know, and they're like, yeah, don't, like, matter of fact, I'm finna leave because you tripping. I don't even want to be here right now. You accusing me of shit I'm not doing. See, this is why motherfuckers go out and cheat. You might as well be cheating if you're going to keep being accused of being, right? Now this motherfucker is stormed out the house, right? But this isn't how this person was handling situations 9 months ago. You know what I'm saying? So that's the gaslighting. That's the spouse. Like, now, why are you screaming and yelling at the top of your lungs and running out the house? Where are you going? 9 months ago, we get into it. You take your ass to the garage and start tinkering. Now you got place. Now you gone for 9 hours because we had a little disagreement. Not answering your phone, right? So that's pretty much what's going on here. Are they sorry? Yeah. But not sorry enough to stop. Not sorry enough to tell on themselves. Not sorry enough to change their behavior. They're just sorry because they're like, man, you deserve so much better. And I'm just not giving it to you. And I'm not going to. You know, so they're like, damn, that sucks for you, basically. So, because they know that whoever they're deceiving and the person that they're cheating on, lying to, manipulating, or whatever, stringing along, whatever the fuck it is, they know that person doesn't deserve what they're being put through. They don't deserve to be lied to, gaslit, cheated on, you know, because I mean, like, think about it. When somebody is cheating, like, my man could have been eating ass, you know, sucking toes, all that, and then come home and kiss you in the mouth. You know, or eat off your fork. Oh, here, baby, taste it. No, he just slid his whole mouth, tongue, everything up and down somebody's ass crack like a credit card, and then just sucked on your fork. That's fucking nasty. Or she, a whole mouthful of balls, juggling, gargling, and then she come in the house, and you like, ooh, this piece of bomb as fuck. Here, take a bite, and she bite the shit with ball hairs in her teeth. Like, come on. You know, that's just disrespectful. So that's why they like, oh, you didn't deserve that. Because who the fuck deserves that shit? Somebody who won't leave. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Who said that? Right? I was just kidding. Look, what I tell y'all. Now, there you are, coming out of on the side with the Empress and all your men's, because we have the King of Pentacles with the King of Cups and the King of Wands. Y'all can have somebody that's madly in love with you. You can have somebody that's providing for you. You can have somebody that's kind of angry and hostile and aggressive, but this person could look good. And they could have BDE, but they could just have an attitude problem. Very charming when they want to be, though, but mostly a dickhead. But this person they obsessed with you, or they're infatuated with you, probably sexually. This is somebody who lives in the loins, okay? Oh, sorry. So I low-key feel, though, I also do feel, though, that like this person provides at their household. Now, I don't know if I'm still talking about the same person. I don't know if we have flowed into a new person, because the person that's obsessing over you guys and stuff, they don't have to be in a commitment. They don't have to be in a relationship. They don't have to be married. This could literally be two different scenarios where you have somebody who's obsessing over you. You may have somebody that's a friend or a close family member or something who's married, and these stories could be meshing together because y'all lives run together, right? So I don't know. Take it how it resonates. But because you may not know, right? You may not know. Like, you might just know that you may talk to this person all the fucking time and see them all the time. You may have but something could just be off. Like, something is a little bit off. Something don't feel right to your spirit. So you may just feel like they could be married because something is a little off here. Like, something is not right. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Or you could be the spouse who's watching this and you're trying to get answers. You're looking for the truth as to why this person has switched up, or why their behavior is different, or why they're so hostile or so aggressive, or why they keep leaving the house every time y'all have a tiny issue. This person may not spend the weekends at home anymore, but like on some weird shit, like just gone all day, every day, going to do something, right? Oh, they at the barbershop now every Saturday. You never used to get no fucking haircuts every Saturday morning, and then they leaving the barbershop. Now they going to the bar real quick with Mike. Oh, yeah, Mike, say what up. Mike like, hey, we finna go to the bar. So he's really with Mike, but why is he getting haircuts and going to hang out with Mike? So you could be like, is he gay? Like, I don't, but like, nah. Mike's a cover. Like, Shorty is meeting them at the bar too. And she bringing a friend for Mike, or something like that. So, because it's like this person, there is someone in this energy who is providing for someone, for somebody. Now, the person could be providing for you. So they could be providing for you, breaking somebody's heart in the process, but falling in love with you. There's some sort of like revelation, epiphany, or some sort of truth that is possibly going to be revealed. If this person is cheating, their spouse is going to find out, or they already have found out, and they're like sitting in a place of heartbreak, feeling very possessive over this masculine who seems to be feeling possessive. So it's like somebody in the background is hanging on to them and possessive over this masculine. This is somebody that the masculine is or was providing for. Even if they're still providing for this past person, they may also be providing for you too, which is making it hard for this past person to want to let them go, because they're also going to lose this person as the provider, right? They're going to lose the bag. This is weird energy, because yeah, this person is falling for you. They're catching feelings for you. Wow. The Ace of Cups. Ooh. Oh. Because it's a new cycle, right? Aces are new energy, right? And this is love. This is emotions, emotional fulfillment. So, maybe one more. 6 of Wands. Yikes. Okay. Yikes. What? Okay. So we have the Death and the Queen of Pentacles. The King and Queen of Pentacles are out here. Death could be the ending of this situation, or it could be a transition and a transformation within a situation. Within the marriage, I'm going to say this. If you're married and this is really, really hitting home, and you're like, no, I'm going to lose my husband. No, I'm going to lose this person to this other bitch. Oh my gosh, I feel like you yourself need to go through a transformation, right? Queen of Pentacles, if you're the wife, quit worrying about this person, right? Sounds crazy. This your husband. He's cheating, whatever. Who cares? He's already fucking cheating anyway. I mean, I hate to say it, don't shoot, right? But this is the message that I'm receiving. Quit worrying about this person, and with this death energy, transform, right? Transmute. Death is Scorpio. Scorpio is the Phoenix. The Phoenix is the death and the rebirth, okay? So what it's giving is, you may still feel this heartbreak. Let it fuel you, right? Let the heartbreak be the thing that fucking motivates you to get to the top, or to reach your fitness goals, or to start that business, or to go ahead and change it. Whatever you have going on, and I hate to say it like this, and I'm not saying it like this to be me, but whatever you have going on aesthetically, it's not working for this person anymore, right? If you put on a bunch of weight, maybe go to the gym. I'm not saying in a bad way, nothing wrong with putting on weight, but that's not how you looked when you got with this person, and they're not looking at over here anymore, right? If you lost a lot of weight, maybe try to put a little bit of that weight back on, in a healthy way. Go to the gym, change your eating habits or whatever, right? If you want to change your hair, change your hair. Oh, he like long hair and I always wanted to try a shortcut. Fuck him, man. What he like, he's cheating anyway, right? Or she, take it as it resonates. Go ahead and change your hair color. This person don't know what the fuck they like. They thought they liked you, but now they outside. You know what I'm saying? So do what you want to do. This is your life. But basically, Spirit is saying the Queen of Pentacles to this King of Pentacles needs to put themselves first. Because right now, they got this masculine on a pedestal. This masculine is first. This is somebody who's like too comfortable. They don't have to pour into this Queen of Pentacles. They don't got to look over there. They don't have to shake, shibby, fear, no type of worry over here. Because this is a puppet in this masculine's mind, right? So show this person otherwise, basically. Yeah, will you still feel heartbroken? Yeah, and don't be like, oh, I'm finna show you, I'm finna get in the gym, I'm finna, get my body right, I'm finna get my money up. Oh, if you go sneak off, if you've been sitting at home all day, every day, raising the kids, now the kids in school, you still sitting at the house, go get a motherfucking job. You ain't gotta go get you don't have to go be a corporate lawyer. If you wanna just go get a job for 3 hours at a gas station, go ahead and do that shit so you can get out of the house. So you can see people, so people can see you, so you can interact with human beings that are adults, that are not just your friends and family, because that matters and shit. If you do that, and this person has been disappearing and shit, and the moon, right? Secrets, shh. Don't tell them. Don't be like, I'm finna get a job and get my money up and get my mom finna leave you. Just moving. You ain't got to do all that. Everybody want to do that shit, but for what? It sounds like goofiness and lies when you're doing that anyway. You sound mad, pressed, and bitter, resentful, and angry. Even if you're not, even if you're just letting it be known that this is what the fuck I'm finna do and you actually do it, up until it's done and the person can see the results, they're going to be somewhere happy and content, feeling like you're bitter, right? The best course of action is to move in silence. This person they're not telling you that they have a third party. They're not telling you that they're cheating. They're not telling you that they provide for somebody else. They fallen in love with this person and now they're fucking obsessed and they finna offer them an Ace of Cups if this Empress will take it and will feel like they had a victory, right? So, yeah, if this is your spouse, put yourself first. And move in silence while you do it. Hold back, right? Because this could be greediness, this could be possessiveness, this can also be holding back, right? Being stingy with yourself. So Spirit is like, yeah, go ahead and be stingy with yourself. Go ahead and move in silence. Go ahead and start doing what you do. If you do make some big changes, if they start noticing, oh, you look good, don't let that shit hype you up. Don't let it hype you up back into the in the headspace that you were in. Let it hype you up to keep motivating you to keep doing what you're doing. If they're like, oh, I really like your haircut. I really like your new hair color. I really like those box braids. Oh, you trying out wigs now? I ain't never seen you with braids. I ain't never seen you with cornrows. I ain't never seen you with a wig. Thanks, and keep it pushing. We're not, if you want to get some, right? If you want to come knock it down like he used to, you put it down like he ain't never had, okay? But yeah, you don't have to like get back in line or or kiss the ring all over again because this person is giving you a little bit of fucking attention. Like, fuck them. You shouldn't be doing it for this person's attention. You should be doing it for yourself, right? The attention just comes along with the shit. Okay, so what's going on? Because there seems to be victory and Ace of Cups with this Empress, and I don't know, I'm almost done. Let's get a little bit of energy for this Empress. Now, it's funny because the masculine didn't show up yet as an Emperor, but the fact that he did show up as the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups is that indication of the Emperor, right? Because only an Emperor can be multiple kings. So this person is able to provide and take care of their household while they're also cheating and providing and falling in love with somebody else. It's fucked up, I know, but it's the truth. Something about the King and Queen of Pentacles, although they're both in the same suit because they're married and they've grown or built shit together or whatever it is, but it's something about them that's like giving that they're not really the most compatible. But I don't know, I'm not saying it in a fucked up way, not at all, not by any means. It's just what I feel. When I was talking earlier and I was saying like this person may have dealt with queens and possibly some pages and knights, too, but how they had never met an Empress. Like, this is just kind of what I mean, right? So I'm not saying that like these two people should hate each other or this person deserves to be cheated on or that this masculine is right for anything that they're doing. Especially if you're resonating as the Queen of Pentacles, I'm just saying, like, there is better for this Queen of Pentacles out there. This person feels like this is the best they can do. They feel like this is the finest man they're ever going to get. They feel like this is the wealthiest man they're ever going to get. But that's just not reality. This person is just doing nothing but breaking their heart. And things may not work out with this Empress. Who knows? Who cares? But if it does, it may be because this King of Pentacles was low-key meant to be here, and this situation over here should have ended or was supposed to end a long time ago, but these two have stayed trauma bonded and continued to hang on to each other throughout the years, and this person and the situations ended up running together. It's kind of what it feels like. Because with the Empress, now we have the Queen of Cups, right? So we have King and Queen of Cups, King and Queen of Pentacles. And I feel like that may be why the Ace of Cups is out here, because the Empress may have feelings for this King of Cups. They're just not ready to move in or get married or be exchanging words like I love yous and things like that. But that don't mean that they're not developing feelings for this person. There just isn't the obsession and the possessiveness and the need to, mark territories and all that. Like, it's just feelings, right? But this Empress, I feel, is more grounded, more level-headed. So it's very much like, it's just giving, I like you and you like me too. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, yeah. I'm not gonna, oh, this is the Magician. Yeah. Wow. With the King of Cups. It's weird. Oh, and the Sun. We have Cancer energy out here. Gemini energy. Leo energy. Of course, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, masculine and feminine energy. And then Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, I guess masculine and feminine, because we have the King of Cups out here twice and the Queen of Cups out here. Now, this Queen of Pentacles manifested this Lord have mercy, not the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups manifested this King of Cups. And now there's happiness, the Sun. I feel like there's more to the story. I feel like there's more going on with this Empress in the background. Because there's a little bit of regret here. It's almost like there's a little bit of regret. The Queen of Cups is feeling a little bit of regret. And it has to do with them manifesting this masculine who is making them happy and bringing happiness into their life. And they feel like they bring happiness into this masculine's life. But because I feel like maybe of that, something the fuck is going on. Something is not right. There's something looming over this situation or whatever. And I feel like because of that looming energy, now there's a little bit of regret. Where I was saying like, you know, this Empress is like, I'm not sure. I don't know if this is the right time. Unclear. I don't know how I feel about this connection anymore. Like, because of that energy, like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if this person is figuring out that there's something else going on. And they're like, whoa, like, this person's falling in love with me. And I just don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. Because this person something is just not right. Right? So I do feel like the Empress is aware of something, but just not exactly what. Right? I mean, because for all we know, this Queen of Pentacles, there is no wife, right? There is no husband. And that this Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, King of Cups, all of this energy is these two peoples. And because this Empress has gone through some sort of ending, possibly in their past, where they were married to somebody else and now they're divorced, and it caused them to go through a transition and transformation, now they feel like this person is falling in love with them. I can see myself being in love with this person. I even manifested this. I'm happy as shit. This person makes me happy. But due to the divorce and the transition and transformation, the tower and all that shit that came with it, it's like, why would I manifest this? I know I don't really want this shit, right? So just take it as it resonates, because it's one of those scenarios where these two people have manifested each other and they're literally a perfect match for each other. And but there's some doubt, like there's a little bit of doubt in the feminine energy's mind, excuse me, and whether this person is married or not, I do feel like there is doubt in the feminine energy's mind due to their own transformation and tower from the past. Okay, y'all, I'm getting the fuck out of here. My nose is killing me. Like, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with not being able to breathe. I feel like every time shit gets to right where I want it to be, something crazy happen. But this time, I am not finna let the devil do it, okay? All right. So that's going to be our reading. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. Like it if you like it. Subscribe if you like my vibe. My name is OmniBadu. I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for your likes, your subscriptions, your donations, all of your positive comments. And until next time, bye.